Hey, I'm Brie Messenger, and this is my video for Pravana. Today we're with Allison, my client here, and we're taking her from this natural blonde. We're going to lift her up a little bit, and we're going to do like a pink-based rainbow. Just get really creative with it and have a lot of fun. Okay, so we've got our section into 4 quadrants, and we've got Pravana Pure Light mixed with 20 volume. And we're going to take it panel by panel, try and move rather quickly. Just enough to kind of get her light because she's already such a natural light blonde. And she has a little bit of previous pink that we're going to cut through, but it's mainly going to be a pink-based color anyway, so we're not going to worry too much about it. So what we're going to do, we're going to start back here. Just saturate every strand. And I'm going to go through each panel, and then once that lifts just enough, I'm going to go back and touch up her root, because that tends to lighten just a little bit faster. And this just kind of helps us clear the base, right through here. Kind of helps clear the base, so we have a fresh start and a clean slate. That's it. Alright, so we have our formulas together. We're starting off with Vivid's Wild Orchid. We're using all Pravana color. This is just straight Wild Orchid. This is the Vivid's Pink with Magenta, about half and half. This is Magenta and Orange. You just kind of eyeball it until you get this nice kind of like blood orange color. This is Vivid's Clear. Mainly clear, with just a dash of orange to give it that kind of like yellow-orange look. Then we've got Vivid's Clear, Blue, and Green, equal parts, all mixed together. And then we have Vivid's Clear with just a dash, small line of green, and then about 0.5 ounces, about half an ounce of Vivid's Blue. And then in here we have Wild Orchid, a dash of Magenta, and mainly Violet to finish off. So what we're going to do, we have her lightened and dried, just pretty even, level 10, and we're going to start off with the Wild Orchid, and we're just going to paint her whole root, maybe about an inch down, if you want to get a little bit closer. Right along her part line. We're going to take that Wild Orchid and go right about here. So from there, we're going to go with our second formula, with being the Magenta and the Pink, and kind of create that a little bit longer. We're going to stretch it out a little bit. Throughout, we're going to do different panels, variation of the rainbow, and we're just kind of going to play with the movement a little bit. So we're going to get our section and get that started, starting with the root. Okay, so we're starting with the Wild Orchid. We've already got her sectioned into 4 quadrants, just going along with her natural part line, just so it looks a little bit more free-flowing as she parts it and wears it daily. So just kind of feathering this down, taking your fingers, doing your blending, just kind of smudging it together. You're going to flip it over like this, right through here. Make sure you get the back side of that. And feather it up. I like to take my fingers, put a lot of pressure in between them, and blend it up, and you'll notice me do that throughout the whole color process, especially as we move through the different ones to ensure that it's completely blended so you don't see any harsh lines or any really harsh definitions in between each color. Alrighty, so we're going to do our first full panel of rainbow right here at her part. So we're using the pink and magenta mix, and we're going to take our fingers right all the way up here and slide that down. You can kind of see when you get your little excess, and just drop that right off. And then we're going to get the little blood orange and just a smidgen of this. And see, I'm taking the tip of the brush and feathering it up into the pink as such. And we're going to blend that in. Sorry, that thing goes off every time. And then we're going to take our lighter orange, being like a yellow color. Saturate every strand. Put your painting on. Pulling this down. Yeah, see it forming? It's great. I'm getting excited. Alright, so then our next color is just a little bit of this. Right through here. It's a nice teal color. It's pretty. Just a little. And then into the blue. Her hair is so long. Because I don't really like too much of the green. So you want to move that blue up into it. And right there at the ends where you can just barely see a little bit of blonde left over, we're just going to tip it with the violet. Just like that. So then we have this nice little rainbow progression. And if you see or feel like you have any sort of harsh lines, like I kind of noticed that this one's still sticking out to me, I like to really just kind of rub it in. And it meshes it together a little bit easier. So we're not going to do every single strand like this, of course. It's like the next panel, next few are going to be the pinks. And maybe go down into a little bit of this to where it kind of cuts off like this, just in a stretched version. But we're going to do a few panels as such. Put a little bit more violet in that. We're just going to alternate that throughout. So we're going to take this.
This is crazy.
Right?
I love it.
Right? Already? Okay, you can pause it. Okay, so just for example, we're going to be doing a lot of panels from the Wild Orchid into the pink and magenta mix. Again, just feathering that down, blending, making sure you've got every single piece saturated through. And what I'm going to do on some of these pieces, on pretty much every other panel, besides the ones that we do in rainbow, just the ones that we do from the Wild Orchid into the pink and magenta, just right through here where there's just a little bit of hairs that haven't been covered, I'm going to come back with like this yellow-orange color and blend it up just so it kind of has that sunset effect. So every other panel is going to have that. And what that's doing is just creating an even more of a color gradient to work with. Rather than just putting too many colors together all at once. You're still working with the same color scheme, just in different gradients. Okay, so we are finally finished. All the pieces that are in foil are the full rainbow progression. We also have some just kind of variations, like the pink into the purple into the blue. A lot of it is like a pink into an orange even. But everything that's in a foil is a rainbow. So we're just going to let her set for 20 minutes and we're going to rinse her out. And then we'll see the finished product. Okay, that's good. Okay, and this is our finished product, pink base rainbow. There we go. We got our rainbow panels with the pink, and we're complete.